use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome back to the Southampton Courier. This is episode number 13 of Season 3 here on FIFA 18, and hopefully we can get ourselves back into the top 4 today with 3 games. Arsenal, someone and Barcelona. My brain has blanked. 2 games in the Premier League, 1 in the Champions League. We have a game in hand on those above us in the Prem, and if we win said game in hand, we will move second, level on points with Burnley, but ahead of them on goal difference. Interestingly, so far this season, our goals conceded tally is relatively low considering the rest of the league, and our goals scored tally is relatively low considering the rest of the league. So we seem to have found a middle ground. I'm getting better defensively, but not quite as effective offensively. Liverpool, however, wiping the floor with everyone. 29 goals scored in 13 games. That's the sort of goal scoring we're used to. And to be fair, the goals conceded tally for Norwich have scored 8 and conceded 21. That's really not very good for them. Manchester City still in the bottom 3, 19th with 8 points. Quite remarkable. But yes, Arsenal at home first, and it was Everton on the Saturday. Oh, I couldn't remember for the life of me who it was. Arsenal, then Everton, then Barcelona. Tomorrow we'll have Manchester City and Norwich, and then Swansea and Stoke the day after as we head into the January transfer window. So it's all go. We have money available to us, about £29.79 million. And over the course of the next few days, we'll figure out what we actually want to do with that money. But for now, jump into this first game against Arsenal and fingers crossed come away with at least a point. Sergio Asenjo in goal for Arsenal. Someone called Mavropanos at centre-back. I don't know who that is. Reece Nelson starting on the right-hand side of their front 3 with Lamar there on the left and Danny Welbeck up top. Ozil, Lacazette, Aubameyang not involved in the starting lineup. It's not the strongest of Arsenal teams. Through the gap there to Thomas Lamar. Bramall on the overlap. Lamar could find a teammate or, turn straight to Justin Kluivert. I mean, I'll take that. Give that through there to James Ward-Prowse. I'm not going to have the pace to get away from anyone in that particular situation. But Wolf Myron might be able to drop the shoulder on the defender and get the shot off. Nacho Moral was closing me down. Sergio Asenjo makes a good save. First chance of the game goes Southampton's way after 6.5 minutes. But it's a very good save to the top right-hand corner from Sergio Asenjo. Strong arm. Bats the ball away. Reece Nelson driving forward. Cross there to Danny Welbeck. Good footwork from him. Is he offside there? Bellerin? He's not. Was waiting for a pen. I was certain a penalty was going to give him there. It was such a physical challenge from Oriol Romeu. Bellerin went flying. I was pretty sure that should have been a penalty, to be fair. Ward-Prowse around the outside. If we go 1-0 up here. Oh, we very nearly do. Oh, what a strike from James Ward-Prowse. Would have been a bitter pill to swallow for Arsenal. To go from nearly getting a penalty at one end, perhaps should have gotten a penalty at one end, and then coming very, very close to going 1-0 down at the other. Unlucky from James Ward-Prowse, but also unlucky from Bellerin not to get a spot kick. Free kick for Arsenal. Lamar fires it forward. Richarlison can't get there. Will drop to Danny Welbeck. Goes out wide to Reece Nelson. I'm glad Wells didn't try and turn and shoot himself there, but despite the tackle, Nelson still comes away with the ball twice. Welbeck in the box, going one way then the other. Lays it across to Bielik, back to El Neni. We've got a number of men behind the ball, but are they going to be enough to stop them from scoring? How many times can I tackle an Arsenal man and have it still be at an Arsenal man's feet? And I concede as well. Twice I tackled Reece Nelson. I tackled Danny Welbeck as well, all in that same move. And every time, it fell straight back to an Arsenal man. Welbs plays the 1-2 in the end. Good footwork, and then drills it into the bottom corner. Arsenal 1, Southampton 0. I don't necessarily deserve that. What a through ball from Welbeck to Bramall, the left back. I've caught the keeper out, but he's played the ball about well. Good composure from the youngster. Getting it back to Lamar, who's then had his shot saved. And it's a corner here for Lamar to take himself. He shall eventually deliver. There we go. And it's a poor one in the end. Took him an age to actually decide to kick that. Still could end up with another Arsenal chance, but Kieran Tierney will turn away from the man with him. Richarlison breaks forward. Ward-Prowse again getting adventurous and pushing forward. Bit of heavy touch there. It will reach ball on my right if I can turn well, which we've done brilliantly. Justin Kluivert, a bit of footwork. 2 defenders with me, which means there's a little bit more space in the middle. That's fortunate. Now, luckily bounced towards Ward-Prowse, but well blocked by the defender that was with him. Oh, what a through ball off the outside the post from Danny Welbeck. They played the advantage. They've cut me open a couple of times with just such precision accuracy with their through balls here, Arsenal. Perhaps they should be 2-0 in front there. They're definitely growing in confidence in the game after getting themselves 1-0 up. Mayoral will work that back to Romeo, squeeze it through there to Ward-Prowse. I want Borja Mayoral to make a run over Ward-Prowse's left shoulder, which he did eventually do, but far, far too late for it to actually cause the defence any problems. Quick 1-2 there, or, you know, it won't actually go back to the man. But never mind, here's Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse. Oh, I like the technique on the outside the right foot. He deserves a goal for his performance so far in this first half. On the brink of the break, actually, in stoppage time, at the end of the first 45 minutes, Borja Mayoral lays it into him. Just dug it out from underneath his feet into the roof of the net. We have a deserved goal to go back to 1-1. Xhaka. Down the line towards Reece Nelson. Xhaka, Reece Nelson again. Drops his shoulder, but it's not going to work. I'm not fooled by that, my man. Borja Mayoral around the corner to Ward-Prowse. Look at the space for Justin Kluivert. Time the pass right. And he's in behind Bramall here. Oh, going to have to turn slightly further away because of the attentions of the defender. He's very fast there, Bramall. Either that or Justin Kluivert wasn't quite hitting full speed. Closed me down very quickly. Borja Mayoral will turn here and then maybe look to bend it, but that was comfortable for the keeper. Half an hour to go. Again, the precision through ball is just brilliant. Thomas Lemar. Oh, it's squeezed underneath the keeper's legs. Luckily, he got enough on it to steer it away from goal, but that would have been really frustrating for it to go through the goalkeeper's legs like that and into the back of the net. Not sure whether that was a great save or perhaps just a little bit fortunate. Danny Welbeck in behind here. The ball roll works superbly. Kipper with a strong right hand of his own in that goal. We saw Sergio Asenjo do something similar in the first half, although that one was headed slightly further towards the top corner than this one. Yeah, Granit Xhaka's up with a header over the bar. Ward-Prowse into Sofiane Boufal. This little fake Rabona there. Mayoral. Oh, Ward-Prowse does get around the outside. Oh, finish! I thought that was going over. What a strike from James Ward-Prowse. He's in the form of his life right now. He's definitely having his best season to this point. I don't know. I've not changed my tactics or anything. He's just on one today, James Ward-Prowse. He's hit the bar. He's scored twice since. And now he's on a hat-trick. Will he get it before the end of the game? There's still 23 minutes to go. Southampton 2, Arsenal 1. There's Aubameyang off the bench, down in the channel. I'm not entirely too sure how he was able to get the ball across there, but broke free for him. I tried to jump in there ahead of Ozil and I haven't been able to. They've brought on the big guns. Mesut Ozil. Oh, stop getting lucky, Arsenal. Mesut Ozil and Aubameyang now on the pitch. So much good fortune in this move. If it ends up in a goal, I'll be very annoyed. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang down the line again. Cross comes in. Xhaka could be underneath it. Henry Harris does well, and Romeo should win that header, and has done. Oh, that would have been really frustrating if they had been able to score there. Ward-Prowse driving forward. Nobody really wanting to close him down. Nacho Monreal can't get his positional sense right, and Borja Mayoral could be in for third, and there we go. Southampton 3, Arsenal 1. They got the luck at one end, but it didn't go in. Not questions asked of Nacho Monreal's decision positionally there, but I don't care. 2 goals for Ward-Prowse, an assist for James Ward-Prowse, a goal for Borja Mayoral as well. 3-1. Big result. Again down the line. It's Nacho Monreal. Back to Bramall. It's good football from Arsenal, but you need to actually go somewhere with it, lads. Martin Monreal, back to Lemar again. Kluivert steps in. Somehow they've been able to get across him, but we will clear it away. Justin Kluivert running low on stamina now, so I might have to consider taking him off. Ward-Prowse is desperate to get in behind. He wants his hat-trick, and to be fair, it's Granit Xhaka that's with him. James Ward-Prowse, good save by Sergio Asenjo. I'll try and drill it back into the middle, and it will reach Romeo. Borja Mayoral didn't care. He could have scored his second, but he left it. I don't know whether Romeo maybe gave him a shout or what, but something was definitely said, because there's no way, at least I would very much like to think, that a striker of that sort of deadly instinct wouldn't just watch the ball roll past his feet like that. Romeo arrives, crashes home, 4-1 against Arsenal. No, surprising. Not unsurprising. Very surprising. Ozil. It's Aubameyang. It's a heavy touch. Henry Harris gets there. 2 minutes only added on at the end of the game. We are going to get the win here against Arsenal, and by a considerable margin too. If I'm honest, I was confident of getting a victory against Arsenal. I just didn't necessarily see it happening in quite such a convincing manner. 4-1 the lead. I mean, they should have had a penalty before any goals ended up going in. James Ward-Prowse, however, did hit the bar. So, I think we might well have been able to get the victory by a similar margin had everything gone well enough for us in front of goal as it seemed to do. 7 shots. I mean, they had half as many shots. Perhaps should have had a penalty, which would have made it 4-2. So, half as many shots, half as many goals. 3 points for us, so that's all that we're fussed about. None of the other teams in action today actually affect our league position. So theoretically, at least I believe, we should be up to second now, with a game against Everton to play at the weekend. And indeed it is. There are 2 of us on 23, 2 on 22, 1 on 21 and 1 on 20. So there's still plenty of teams there that could catch us if we slip up against Everton, one of which being Everton themselves. So we'll have to wait and see how we get on in this second game, but I'm very happy with game number 1 today. Let's try and replicate that success, shall we, in game number 2. 4-2-3-1 for Everton, with Tosun up top with Rooney sat behind him, Schneidlin and Williams holding, Gylfi Sigurdsson wide. See what Everton bring to the table. Bertrand down the line into Richarlison. Inside there's James Ward-Prowse. Neves. Cedric. Buffal's tucked inside there, but he did go back outside afterwards, attacking Cuco Martina here, the former Southampton player, of course. Try a little fake Rabona, loft the ball towards the back post, but Richarlison's not going to get the run on Kenny Tep. The keeper's on the floor, James Ward-Prowse can't find the target. Well, if he got that non-target, and especially towards the right-hand side of the goal, you can see where Stekelenburg was. I don't know why he shot all the way over there, because I was aiming to the right-hand side of the goal. I must have my thumbs on backwards. Free kick for Everton. Unsurprisingly, it's the Icelandic Gylfi Sigurdsson stood over it. And very surprisingly, he gives it straight to me. And it's into Richarlison. And if I can set Jeju away behind, you're not going to catch him. But unfortunately, it's well intercepted. Here's Wayne Rooney forward to Cenk Tosun. Back there to Gylfi. Can he be better with a pass this time? Yes. Schneidlin to Sigurdsson again. Into Wayne Rooney. Out to Williams. Can't get away from Cedric though, but it drops back to Gylfi. To Rooney again. Romeu snapping at his heels, but not able to get the ball off him. Everton haven't really threatened to score to this point, but I haven't necessarily done much myself either. Vlasic tackle in and will work away. Ward-Prowse spins well. Buffal is making the run. Got Williams on his shoulder. Cuco Martina there playing at left back. He used to play at right back for Southampton when he was at the club, but Buffal will look through there for Jeju. Drop the shoulder, get the shot off. Good save by Stekelenburg. Richarlison, oh, very, very nearly 1-0 Southampton, but side netting only. Cedric into Ruben Neves. Forward there to James Ward-Prowse. On the corner to Jeju. Poke that through the gap. Richarlison's arriving. He does have that 5-star weak foot, but we will try and get him in on his right. I just put a little bit too much behind that. He opened the face of his body up really well, and his foot to look to bend it into that far top corner. If I'd got the power delivery right, then maybe we would have been 1-0 up. Nice tackle by Neves. Literally just kicked that straight back to Cuco Martina. Well, that's not gone well. Here's Gylfi Sigurdsson. Martina again in behind. Cenk Tosun. All of that, but it's going to drop to Gylfi and then straight back to Henry Harris. Okay, fine. All changing hands quickly here, but no one's actually really tested either goalkeeper thinking about it. I've not really drawn much of a save out of theirs, and to be fair, I haven't really drawn much of a save out of mine either. Have been chances, but they've not been as forthcoming and as frequent as they were against Arsenal, and that is quite clearly shown by the scoreline still being 0-0 with only a third of the game left to be played. Really getting this out wide to Vlasic, but Romeu steps in to take the ball away. It's like the polar opposite to the previous game. Couldn't help but have goal-scoring chances in that one. Couldn't help but score goals. And I can't help but score goals in this one too! Jeju bangs that tops. Everton 0, Southampton 1 in the 62nd minute. It's about time something went in. Vlasic. Oh, Tet's dropped the shoulder nicely there actually. Kenny Tet in behind here. Oh, hello. Little back heel to Vlasic, into Rooney. I tried to step in there with Romeu and very nearly took the man down, but luckily we are going to get it away. Thought for a minute they were going to equalise immediately. Ward-Prowse and Jeju linking up. That's poked out towards Sofiane Buffel, but Gylfi brings it down and gets it away. I'm quite happy for the game to settle back to nothingness like it was for the majority of the game. Now that I've gotten the goal to go 1-0 in front, I'd be quite happy if nothing happens for the remaining 22 minutes. I will try and extend the lead just to make sure, though, if I can. Switch here with Ruben Neves looking for Richarlison, and he's in behind Kenny Tet here, and he's taken that in his stride very well indeed. Richarlison across the back post. Oh, the angle was just too tight. Soon into Rooney. Around the corner. Gylfi to Gerson, tackled by Cedric. To Ruben Neves. Cuco Martina pulled himself well out of position there, and, well, if you're going to do that, Jeju's going to make you pay with space in behind. The turn inside, can he finish on his left? Oh! How have I not scored? How have I not scored? I can't believe it. Jeju did rifle one in with his left foot, like that, at the near post. Might have been yesterday's episode, might have been the one before. But not able to do it this time around. Neves. To Justin Kluivert. Spins well. Around the corner there to Cedric. Second now would seal it. James Ward-Prowse in space. Ward-Prowse! Stekelenburg with a save. Never mind. Just wasting time, I suppose. We are very near the end of the game now. That's a good delivery. Oh, he went for a fancy overhead kick there. Jeju. Neves couldn't shrug off the defender. And now Vlasic comes away on the counter, but we've slowed him up well enough. James Ward-Prowse finding himself at left wing back, but able to slow them up again. Schneiderlin through to Cenk Tosun. I see the run of Dominic Calvert-Lewin through the middle, but we again have been able to divert the pass. But Vlasic gets it into Schneiderlin. Onto the roof of the net only from Arrizabalaga. Corners come in from the far side. Stekelenburg is up. Keeper's up for the corner. It's towards the near post. What a goal that would have been from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And Schneiderlin wins the header. It was just a straight jump. Against his former team, he's equalised in the last minute. If I was going to concede, I would rather it was from that rather than this. Two people with him, neither of them able to win the aerial battle. Cedric and Henry Harris there. Morgan Schneiderlin wins the header, and we are going to take a point from this game, not all three. That is really annoying. I'm not sure what's happened in other results in the league, unless maybe Jeju could do something remarkable here in the last minute. Oh, if it had gone to ground rather than just stumble, we may well have found ourselves getting a penalty there in the very last minute. But as it happens, he stayed on his feet, no foul given, and a point apiece to be shared between Everton and Southampton. They could have gone above me if they'd beaten us by 2 or 3 goals. Spurs lose to Burnley, though. That's big. Liverpool yet to play. Arsenal lose to West Ham as well. Some big results in there for us. Not necessarily the end of the world drawing to Everton there, but it depends what Liverpool ended up doing in their game. Right, Barcelona next. This is a big game for Barcelona. We're top of the group by a margin, 7 points I believe. They are level on points on 6 with PSV. They're starting a strong team. 4-4-2 again, weirdly, but Messi and Sergio Suarez. Luis Suarez up top with Sergi Samper in the midfield. Sergio Busquets alongside him. Florenzi, it's the same 11 that played us last time, I believe. I mean, we beat them last time. There's no reason why we can't do it again. Giedlin into Mayoral. Nice spin. Jordi Classy playing at Cam. Justin Kluivert driving inside. About to sneeze! Sergio Busquets to Messi, tackled quite comfortably by DeAndre Yedlin. As we mentioned, it's make or break for Barcelona in this one. If they win, they're through. If they lose, they have to hope that Guimaraes beat PSV, and even then I'm not sure they'd go through on goal difference or head-to-head. And if they draw, they have to hope that Guimaraes beat PSV, or that it's only a draw as well, because they were level on points for PSV on 6, but had the second position. So obviously if they were level on points with PSV on 7, then they'd keep the position. So it's it is make or break. It's all on the line here for Barcelona, which I'm sure they didn't expect. I didn't expect the group to go this way when we saw it all lined up. They ended up narrowly beating Guimaraes and PSV in the first 2 games before narrowly beating Barcelona. And slightly more comfortable against the Portuguese and the Dutch in games 4 and 5. And we're yet to see if Barca will cause us too many problems in this one. But Jordi Alba raced all the way around the outside. And here's Luis Suarez in the box. He was very quiet in the first game against me. Somehow, Mario Lemina has been outmastered by Felipe Coutinho there after taking his first touch. And I find myself 1-0 down. Buzzing. Across there into Borja Mayoral. Back into Justin Kluivert, who's driving forward at pace, but someone who's definitely able to match his pace is Ousmane Dembele, as is Jordi Alba. Ball down the line for Messi. Wesley Hurt very strong in the challenge. Messi, no, I was going to say stays down, but he got himself back up quite quickly. Lemina looked to fire that through a gap that wasn't really there. My mistake for trying to play that pass. Sergi Samper out to Florenzi, and here come Barcelona on the attack again, looking to put the game beyond any reasonable doubt with a second before half-time if they can. Just 5 minutes to go. Florenzi's cross was what we were waiting for, but Ousmane Dembele could do the deed instead. Someone better cross it soon. No? Okay, Kieran Tierney will just take the ball back then, shall we? Oh, can I play that through? It wasn't the best of 3 balls. Might well have been able to send Borja Mayoral right in behind there, but it didn't quite work. Classy. Pull it back to Mayoral. I want to get it onto his right so I can perhaps look to bend it. It's not going to beat ter Stegen, is it? Suarez into Messi, back to Luis Suarez, back to Leo Messi. Wide of the target on his right foot. Not far away at all. Barca nearly extending their lead with the first action of the second half. Said they need the win. They're definitely playing like they know that they need the win. But will they get it? They pegged me. I think I went 1-0 up, didn't I, in the first game? I went 1-0 up. They pegged me back, and then we went and scored a second. I hope it's not going to be roles reversed here. I'd like to get an equaliser, and then I just have to avoid... That was close. Oh, no, it's still dropped to Messi. He's missed the target again on his right foot. Jeeps. 60% possession for Barcelona to this point. They are on top and still in front. Sergio Busquets out to Coutinho. Back to Sergio Busquets again. Andre Gomez driving forward. Oh, lovely turn. And well blocked by Kieran Tierney. That was important. Nicely done. Right, let's see if we can get rid of this and go on a counter-attack. So it looks like they're going to go short, actually. Coutinho to Messi, maybe. No, into the box it is delivered, and Vertonghen's header was towards the top corner, but Arrizabalaga does brilliantly to pluck it out of the air. Half an hour to go. Still 1-0 down, but plenty of time for that to change. Just seems back to Mayoral and out quickly to Justin Kluivert. Play the 1-2. It's nicely worked. I've got Jordi Clasie inside. And there's Borja Mayoral. Oh, and the touch is good. The finish should be good too, and is. I trust him in that position. An assist for Jordi Clasie. A goal for Borja Mayoral. It's 1-1 against Barcelona. Andre Gomez into Luis Suarez. Gomez again. Closed down quickly by Romeu though. And Jordi Clasie gets a good turn. Busquets trying to close me down, but... hopefully well, I was going to say the pace of Clasie. It's more the lack of pace of Sergio Busquets means that I can get away from him. Jordi Alba fires that down the line to Coutinho, though. He looks down the line to Leo Messi. I'm not going to catch him in a straight line, but thankfully he's slowed up a little bit, and Henry Harris does well. Never mind, Henry Harris doesn't do too well. Coutinho, nice drop of the shoulder. Big switch by Coutinho to De La Feu. Cuts back. Andre Gomez, I don't mind him shooting from that distance. I don't mind Boateng shooting from the edge of the box either. But Andre Gomez a little bit closer in is more dangerous. It does appear to be roles reversed from the game at the Camp Nou. It went 1-0 Southampton, 1-1, 2-1 Southampton. And now it's gone 1-0 Barcelona, 1-1, 2-1 Barcelona. Well, we still have 11 minutes left to try and change that. Tierney through the gap to Borja Mayoral. Oh, what a ball by Borja Mayoral. Justin Kluivert in behind. Justin Kluivert, we've instantly equalised. That took less than 3 minutes. Oh, I'm pleased with that. Lovely ball through by Borja Mayoral on the outside of his left foot. It's a good finish by Justin Kluivert. I had a similar opportunity in the last game, or the first game, one of the two. And he didn't do that well with it. Really pleased with that finish, though. It was just 3 or 4 minutes that we were behind for. Closing the gap again. Is that the goal that sees Barcelona knocked out of the Champions League? I'm not sure what the scoreline is in the other game in the group. Just 7 minutes to go here. Boateng whipping the ball in the middle. And yeah, Boateng crosses the ball to Jan Vertonghen and they hit the post. Who's playing in defence then? Here's Jared De La Feu. Cross blocked by Romeu, but will be a throw for our visitors. Alessandro Florenzi. Romeu seems to try and tackle with his head there than he did, more so than he did his feet. But here comes the counter-attack. Oh, it's a great tackle by Andre Gomez. Absolutely superb tackle. I was waiting for the free kick, and then he just hooked the ball away at the last moment. That's one of the best counter-attacking counter-attack stopping challenges I've ever seen put in by the AI in a game of FIFA ever. Justin Kluivert has the ball thrown to him. I mean, we've already guaranteed top spot, and were even before the last game. But what will this draw do for Barcelona? Will they be finishing second? Will they be finishing third? I don't think they can finish fourth. No, they certainly can't finish fourth because they were level on points with PSV and above them. So, just about to play the man on this near side. So you can see him in space there, Josh Sims. But the final whistle goes. It's 2-2. Now, what happened between PSV and Vitória Guimarães? Dominated the game, Barcelona. PSV won. Barcelona are out of the Champions League at the group stage. We win the group. PSV go through as runners-up, and Barcelona will have to make do with a Europa League run only. I'll scroll through and show you the table when it eventually scrolls across. Carabao Cup, European International Cup, European Super Cup, Champions League. We were the last group, weren't we? We Group H. 14 points for me. PSV on 9, Barcelona on 7, and out. Scenes. Absolute scenes. Did not expect that to happen when the group was drawn. I'm pretty sure you didn't either. We are 4th in the Premier League at this stage. A point behind Chelsea, 2 points behind Burnley, 5 behind table-topping Liverpool as they continue to build on what was a remarkable season for them in the Championship last year. City lost again. They're still 19th. They're still only on 8 points. They're 6 points from safety now, and we're coming towards the halfway stage in the season. I do not understand Karimo sometimes. That's all for today, though. Thank you very much for watching. We play City next. That will be tomorrow. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content, and I'll see you next time.